In this video, we're going to talk about getting our merch spec set up. So the first thing we're going to do is give this merch spec a name. So we'll call this new spec. Then we pick what region of the US we're in. And if you're kind of unsure what region you fall into, you can check out this map and see where you are. I'm over in Virginia, so of course we're on the east here. So we'll keep that the way it is. Merchandise topwood. So that's an option that would tell our volume system to estimate a topwood product for each of your trees. And we do this, we start at the right above your last merch height call and take it all the way up to the top of the tree. And if you don't record a total height, we use height and taper models to predict the total height of that tree. So we'll go ahead and select turn that on. And then when we're actually creating our merch spec products, we have to designate a topwood product. So we'll do that a little bit later. Check dimensions. So that's an option that tells our merchandising system to validate both your product calls and your merch height calls. For instance, if you had recorded a saw timber tree with a 40-foot merch height, but your product specs actually say that the top diameter occurs at 10 inches, and we estimate that that 10-inch top occurred at 38 feet. If this check dimensions option is turned on, we will reduce your merch height call to 38 feet. But you have the option to turn that on and off. Use as the default, that's pretty self-explanatory. And so, great, so now we'll go ahead and start adding some products. And you can, for each merch spec, you can have as many products as you want. We use these product names to populate the product field in Plothound, and of course also in our volumizing system. So we'll go ahead and start with a hardwood saw timber product. And then we pick what species we want to be able to receive this product call. So again, in Plothound, we'll use this as kind of a validation check. So if you had recorded a hardwood saw timber product, the only species that could receive that product call would be ones that we include here. So we'll grab all these hardwood species. And if you actually click on these larger groupings, it brings up the species-specific ones. So we'll do that. And then grab these over here. Okay, great. And you also had the option to do a catch-all, and that would just mean that essentially any species could receive that product call. Hit save. So it gives us 289 species that could receive this hardwood saw timber product. Now we'll choose volume units. So we'll go international on this one. We're not going to use this product as a topwood product, so we'll leave that unchecked. We can give it a min and max diameter. So we'll go 12-inch DBH, and we're not going to put a max in here. We'll put no upper limit on it. We'll give it take hardwood saw timber to a 10-inch top, and we'll have a min log length of 16. All these parameters are used in our volumizing system to validate your product calls. The DBH values are also used in Plothound to validate your product calls in the field. And then we'll look at these advanced options. So this volume source is a new option we recently added. So we've had a lot of requests for form class lookup tables, so we integrated that. So now you have the choice between Sylvia Terra's default volume system and then form class lookup tables. So right now we have we do form class 66, 72, 74, 76, 78, and 80. And we only have these available for International, Doyle, and Scribner. So if we were to choose tons here, our only option would be our default Sylvia Terra system. But we'll go back and grab International, and we'll do form class 78. This product group, so in our volume reports, we have volume output that summarizes individual products into product groups. So if we put in, for example, a hardwood or a saw group here, any product that we put in our merch specs that has a saw group product group, that volume would be summarized together. We do a stumpage value, so we're going to say hardwood saw timbers for $300 per 1,000. Buck to nearest foot, stump height, cut buffer, defect, require explicit call. This is actually used in Plothound in our volume system to say that this hardwood saw timber product cannot be assigned to any tree unless you explicitly call it the field. So this is good for kind of your higher value species or higher value products such as veneer or such. Then require full butt log and preferred log length. So these are all options that help inform our volume system. So we'll go ahead and add another product. We'll do a pine product this time. And we'll choose just some of these southern pines. And we'll do tons for this one. We'll do a min diameter of 12, no upper. We'll take this down to an 8-inch top and a minimum log length of 16 feet. So again, we're going to put in this sol group, or this sol group product group. So now in our volume reports, both the hardwood saw timber product volume and the pine saw timber product volume will be summarized together in this sol group. Then we'll say it's trading at $20 a ton, and then great. And now we can add some topwood products to show you how that works. So we'll do a hardwood topwood. And just for simplicity, we'll just choose a few of these hardwood species. And we'll do tons for that. We'll designate that as a topwood product. And min and max DBH aren't really applicable. We'll take our topwood up to a 2-inch top. And great, and all this, we'll leave all that the same. And then we'll grab, we'll create a pine topwood. And let's see, I'll just grab these southern pines again. We'll do tons and then topwood. So now this is essentially saying any hardwood species where we're doing a topwood estimate, it will get lumped to this hardwood topwood product, and any pine topwood would go into this pine topwood product. Great, so that's essentially it. Oh, and I guess another thing we'd like to point out in this video is that the order of your products is pretty important. So when we do any sort of validation on your product calls, we'll essentially start at the top of your merge specs and iterate over that list to see what product it conforms to. This is especially important if you don't record any products in the field and you want to base that purely off tree dimensions. It's good to make sure the order is correct here. Great. So if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. support@sylviaterra.com. And yeah, look for other help videos online. Yeah, have fun out in the woods.